so we can go ahead and just get the mood, get the energy going while you guys continue to drop those I'm so happy and grateful nows. Javon, go ahead and play that last song really quick.
This is a marathon, not a race. And we run up play to 100K. I stack the blue faces inside the safe. It's grinding, go get it no other way. When we run up play to 100K. I am. Focus, so no, we don't relate. I split with the team, need a bigger plate. And this is a marathon, not a race. That part of the vault, word is taught, blueprint explained in chalk. We learning them lessons, this not a loss. This part of being a boss. Some calls, they giving out sauce. Got us catching them pips like we moss. We cut from a whole nother cloth that can't be stretched and can't be bought. Foundation at P1000, but goal is set on just trimming 500. And all of the bosses, they set the example for us to keep thumbing through all of that money, investing it all. This life really something. And face everything and rise. I ain't running from nothing. We run up here to 100K. We stack the blue faces inside the safe. It's grinding, go get it no other way. When we run up play to 100K. I am. Focus on no, we don't relate. I split with the team, need a bigger plate. And this is a marathon, not a race. And we run up play to 100K. I stack the blue faces inside the safe. It's grinding, go get it no other way. When we run up play to 100K. I am. Focus on no, we don't relate. I split with the team, need a bigger plate. And this is a marathon, not a race.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get this started. Thank you so much, family. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Run the play to 100K. I don't know about you, but I hope you guys woke up in a good mood. I know I did. I hope that you guys wrote down your goals. If you do not know me, if you're new, my name is Jasmina. It's always my pleasure to be able to come before you. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with the I'm so happy and grateful nows. You can keep them coming as we are going through them. Amber says, I'm so happy and grateful now for my retired and 365 family. I'm so happy and grateful now that I make 100K a week. I am healthy. I am wealthy. It is done. I am so happy and grateful now that C10 is done. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am focused on changing my future. Happy and grateful now that I am making 100K a month, and happy and grateful to be alive and well. Put in the chat, how many lives do you have to impact in order to make $100,000 a month residually? I'll read that towards the end, but if you know the answer without Googling it, go ahead and put that in the chat. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have helped 5,000 people in 2021. 100K trading weeks are already happening and for my retired and 365 family. Janae, that was actually on the Road to Seven Figures mixtape. It's an audio that you can download. It's actually listed on our, if you go to our beginner setup, if you go inside the paid Facebook group, that's one of the personal growth and self-development tools that's listed on our 72-hour fast start checklist. So you'll find the Road to Seven Figures by Justin Owens. He has that song on there as well. So I want to encourage you to get the whole thing. You can find it on Apple Music, I know for sure. Charles says, I'm so happy and grateful now for supernatural financial increase for everyone within the Retired and 365 family organization. I'm so happy and grateful now that I woke up with more energy, happy and joyful to change my paradigm and accomplish all my goals. You're very welcome. I'm so happy and grateful now for shifting my paradigm daily and impacting over 500 lives. I'm so happy and grateful for this opportunity. Now I can help many people to make money on their phones and creating a residual income tag. Hashtag, is that what that means? Thanks to Kenneth for sharing this amazing opportunity with me. Let's go. Let's give a shout out to Jeffrey. If y'all did not celebrate him, like our very own Chairman 100, our mentor's mentor, Mr. Justin Owens, posted on his page one time, some of y'all don't celebrate other people and it's showing in your business. Did you guys celebrate our brother, Jeffrey? Did you guys post it? Did you guys post it in the chat? What you celebrate will accelerate in your life. And it would be a shame if you do not take the time out to celebrate these monumental achievements that we are all working so hard to do, making money, ranking up, even getting your first customer, whatever the case is. It would be a shame if you were able to achieve something like that, knowing how hard you worked and nobody clapped for you. So let's go ahead and put some fire emojis in the chat for Jeffrey, because I'm super excited that he was able to hit that next rank. I know we have other ranks loading. We have people literally 2 people away from their next rank, 1 person away from their next rank. So I cannot wait. Go ahead and put those fire emojis in the chat. And when you get a chance, make sure that you are celebrating your family inside of the Discord channel as well. All right. So I saw that a lot of people were saying that they want to make $100,000 a month. If that's trading, awesome. But residually, that is, yes, Javon, 7 to 10 people, and that will be able to assist in impacting 5,000 lives. I just wanted to throw that out there just in case you guys are wondering, what is Chairman 100? You have to be very specific. Why do you think me and Bev say we have impacted 5,000 lives? Why? Because that is going to be our Chairman 100 rank, which also means in order to reach that, you have been able to help other people become a residual income earner as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick this thing off. I'm so happy and grateful to be before you guys. I'm so happy and grateful for a new day to go after my dreams. And I'm so happy and grateful that I have the discernment and the discipline and the strength to do what aligns with my purpose. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times we will go throughout this opportunity and just in life in general, and the moment something becomes a little difficult, the moment something doesn't go as we have planned it to go, the moment it seems a little hard, the moment you feel a little exhausted, it's like we forget the end result anyways. We start focusing on the temporary satisfaction. We start focusing on the things that are happening in the now, and we take focus off of the long-term goal that we set forth, okay? How many people know in order to gain, you have to lose? And I don't mean lose as in you're a loser. I mean, in order to gain, there's some things that have to be removed. You want better situations, you want better relationships, you want better things in your life. Well, they can't get there if there are other things taking its place. So that's actually not even how I wanted to start this thing off. So that must have been Holy Ghost. So for the person out there that may be going through something, that may be going through life, but you desperately just want this thing to work, you want to make it shake, keep pushing, keep driving, don't give up, okay? So I want to start this thing off with a story. I actually gave everybody the ability to unmute themselves because whoever feels comfortable, I want it to be interactive at this point in time. So I'm gonna start this thing off with the story. All right. Lord God, give me the words to speak. Sorry, I didn't pray. Usually I pray before these calls. Okay, so there's somebody that's a really good friend of mine, right? Really good friend of mine. And they are an entrepreneur as well. And basically, they have been working so hard at their craft, right? Working so hard. The life that they were accustomed to, they gave it all up willingly. They gave up having their own. They gave up sleeping in their own bed. They gave up the different comforts that they had when they had a job, all because they wanted to really see this thing through of becoming an entrepreneur. And even to the point where the last thing that they owned, which was their vehicle with all of their belongings in it, was taken from them, right? So this person that is really near and dear to my heart that is going through this gets offered, where's my thought process? Oh, out of the blue, gets offered a job and that will pay them $80,000 a year. That's not, once you see stuff like what we're doing now, that's not a lot of money for it. But to people that may not have experienced that, that may be a decent amount. $80,000 a year. The person that was going to hire them was actually going to pay to get their car, which means they would have been able to get their belongings. And then they also have another offer where somebody's willing to pay to get their car, own it outright, and sell it. Either way, it's not on their credit. So they either have to decide, are they going to go with the person that they know that is going to be able to give them a job, a good paying job, pay to get their car, they get to keep their car, the last thing that they actually have to their name? Or do they go with the other person that's going to get their car, buy it, sell it? That means that person won't have their car, but they'll still be able to go after their dream. So I want somebody to unmute themselves and kind of talk this through with me. If you were my friend, if you were them, right? And you basically lost everything that you own, would you get it back to temporarily work a job just so you could have it? Or would you say, it is what it is, and I'm gonna keep working my dream? Go ahead and unmute. Anybody, don't be shy. I want to get your feedback. I want to see where we're going with this. Who wants to unmute and talk it out with me? Charles said he's gonna let others go first. Come on, I only need about 2 people. Let's not hold up the train. Go ahead, Charles. I do want you to wait, okay? I want you to wait because I already know what you're gonna say. So I want somebody else. What would you do?
I would go after my dream. If I already quit what I was doing and lost everything, then it would be no point to go back into something else that wasn't my dream. So I would go after my dream. Janae.
Hey, Janae. Okay. Awesome. So that's what Janae said. And there's no right or wrong answer. Let me tell you that. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to get you guys' feedback. Yeah. So thank you so much, Janae. Who's the next person? Who wants to go? One more person.
Jazz, I'd also go for it.
Okay. Who's the next person?
I would go
for it because in that turn this down. I got an echo. In that situation, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. In that situation, I mean, you got nothing to lose, so that makes the drive even better and even more serious and makes your why, even more important, because it's like, okay, you ain't got no distractions, no excuses. Yeah, it's hard times, but it's kind of like, okay, now you fell down on your luck, so my dream is what I'm going after. Now, all this other stuff that happened in the mix of that, okay, that makes, the grind even harder, yeah, okay, I ain't gonna stop, just keep going. I mean, that's almost the best situation for real.
Okay, Charles, last person, go ahead, give your input. And I have a feeling you're gonna say exactly what I have written down, but go ahead.
Had to step out real quick. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So, this is a matter of the heart. This is definitely a matter of the heart. Out of the heart flows the issues of life. Whatever you believe is the direction you should go. And I know that's a pretty open-ended answer. But like you said in the beginning, there's no right or wrong answer. It's okay to want to build a foundation. There's nothing wrong. I think people get confused sometimes that we're job bashers, and that's not the case. There's a blessing in having an income, right? So you can build a foundation upon that situation by having an income. And then, like Ben just said, there's nothing to lose in that situation. On the other hand, the opposite side of the coin is a dream can be realized. Supernatural things can take place when you go all in, right? But it's a matter of the heart. It's definitely a matter of the heart. And then there's other things to consider. Does this person have other people depending on them? Is it a decision just for themselves, or is it a decision for them and other people, like children, mom, dad, somebody they're helping? All of those things matter in that decision. But I think that there's no wrong, like you said, I believe there's no wrong answer. If it's a matter of it's a matter of the heart. So if that person believes in their vision and they go all in with it, the story could be a beautiful elevation story. There's nowhere to go but up. If the person takes a job, they got 80,000 to build upon. 80,000 a year to build upon, which is also a good situation. So I think that's a great place to be. That's a phenomenal place to be. But that's my 2 cents.
Thank you so much, Charles. So that actually leads into why I even brought up that story. I mean, at the end of the day, the moral of that story is they go chairman, period. But the reason why I brought up that story is because, as Bob Proctor said, you have to decide what you want and say no to everything else that isn't that. So I really wanted to talk today about what is it that you really want and the activity that you're engaging in. Are you saying yes to it because it aligns with what you want? So even in that story, like Charles said, there really is no right or wrong answer, because my good friend could very well say, you know what? I'm just going to work that much harder, and I just have to make sure that I stay focused on what my dream is and not give up on it. Or, no, this is exactly what I want to do. There's nothing that is materialistic, nothing of this world that is going to distract me, because as easy as it was given, yes, it can be taken away, but it can be replaced again. So you just have to be comfortable and really start replaying in your mind the activities that you're engaging in, even in that situation. And let me tell you, that person did not decide to go the route of the 80K a year. They decided to go the route of just sticking it out. But decide what you want and say no to everything else that isn't that. And yes, Bob Proctor said it, but I've heard it from our mentors as well. Because see, we will get so fixated on materialistic things. We'll get so fixated on the money. But in all honesty, you're in an opportunity where you're learning how to print money. And yes, there are factors as we are on this new journey. There are factors, because again, I'm not job bashing. There are factors. You might have a family to provide for. You might have built this business. You might just want to, you have that whole stability thing. You want to be smart about your moves that you're making. But you just have to make sure that even if that is you, that you are still keeping the main thing, and you know what it is that you want. As well. If it's not that, then it goes for that. See, a lot of times we will allow ourselves to get comfortable based on what has brought us comfort. The things in life that has brought us satisfaction, but it's not necessarily a necessity. So that now starts to overpower and cloud our judgment when it comes to making decisions based on you pursuing purpose. The moment you decide to pursue your purpose, the moment you decide to go after your dreams, the moment you decide to go after your goals, there are going to be things that are going to come against you that are going to try and throw you off track. There are things that are going to get in your mind because now you're doing the complete opposite of what you usually would go with. So yes, it's a 2-lane street. You're traveling this way, there are going to be things that are going to be coming at you this way. But you have to decide what you truly, truly, truly want and say no to everything that isn't that. Because see, even in that story, when you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, yeah, 80K sounds good. But is it needed? Is it needed? Yeah, getting the car back and having it is good. But is it needed? And you can start inserting your own things that you're currently doing. It may not be the job or the car, but start identifying with what I'm talking about and start inserting your own things. Yeah, the car is great, but is it needed? Is sacrificing, putting more time back into something that doesn't align with what it is that you want, or holding on to something just for the satisfaction of saying that you have it because you're not used to not going without it? Is it worth compromising the amount of time that you are going to spend on your dreams? Because materialistic things can be replaced. Money can be replaced. Jobs, even though the economy tries to tell us otherwise, those things like that can be replaced when you're in alignment. But what can't be replaced is your time. So whatever route you decide to do when you're going on this journey, just know that even if it looks like things have been removed from you, even if it looks like things keep hitting you left and right, even if it looks like you've never experienced as much turbulence as you ever have in your life, even if it looks like that nobody's supporting you, even if it looks like you are on this journey on your own, I'm here to let you know you're in good company. I'm here to let you know that you're on the right track. I'm here to let you know that your determination to call it as you know it's going to be, the success that you're going to achieve, the new heights that you're going to reach, if you have the ability to see past everything else that may be coming after you, all you have to do is push a little harder. And that is what separates the overly successful from those that are average. Because it's not just the work. It's 90% work, but 10% fight, as I heard it in an audio one time. So yes, everybody can do the 90% work, but when things are looking contradictory to what your dream is supposed to look like, that's where the 10% fight comes in. But a lot of people stop short of that 10% fight because they get it confused, thinking that it's the work that'll get them there. Just like I said last time, it's like in a race, that last stretch where you're running, you have people behind you, close to you, catching up to you, on the side of you. Do you think you're going to continue running the same exact pace that you were running when you can see the finish line? No. You're going to kick it up a notch, shift into the next gear, get that 10% fight in you, stick your chest out, and finish the darn thing before anybody else. See, the 90% work, if done right, gets you to the level of excellence. But how many people on this call know that there is another level past excellence? And the only way you get to that level past excellence is that 10% fight. See, the work will get you to the door. The work could even get you to the room, right? But that 10% fight is what's going to get you backstage. That 10% fight is what's going to get you on the platform. That 10% fight is going to push you past those that are just average. That 10% fight in going after what it is that you want, even when you feel like you have no strength, even if you feel like you have nothing left, that 10% fight is what's going to catapult you past what it is that you currently see, past what others may not ever be able to get past because in their mind, they didn't have that 10% fight. So all you have to do in any situation, all you have to do in going after those $100,000 trading days, that's not average. So work isn't just going to get you there because that is what just the average does. That 10% fight, that 10% belief, that faith. And I know they say a lot of time, or I know you guys hear us say that it is 90% belief and 10% skill when it comes to trading, but I'm just talking about in life in general. In life in general, it's that small push when you are 3 feet from gold where people fall short of their blessing because they take a detour and they accept something that will give them temporary satisfaction rather than sticking it out and pushing past that 3 feet in order to get to the gold. It's like that picture of those people that are chipping away at the diamonds, and because it's taking so long or because they see somebody else hit it first, they stop, knowing that if they kept swinging, they actually had more diamonds 3 feet from them than the other person had, but they gave up. Because let me also let you know, if you don't occupy the seat, somebody else will. If you do not occupy the seat, somebody else will. Somebody else who has that fight, somebody else who has that grit, somebody else who decided what it is that they wanted and said no to everything else that didn't align with that. Somebody else who could push past anything else that was going on because they knew the promise that was theirs, because they knew the inheritance that was theirs. Somebody else that said, it does not matter, I'm going to do a little more than the average person in order to get what they do not have. Somebody else is going to do it if you don't. So I just want to close it out with this. I started the story, like I said, I started the call with that story because I really wanted you to understand that there really is no right or wrong answer. I don't want anybody to feel like because their life doesn't look like the next person, or just because their efforts doesn't look like the next person, or they haven't had to sacrifice or whatever, they don't have a rags to riches story, so what could they possibly offer? There really is no right or wrong answer. The only thing that makes it right or wrong is if you're not being true to what it is that you want and you're allowing circumstances and what it currently looks like to knock you off your square. That's the only thing that makes it right or wrong. So hold it in your mind what it is that you want. And don't lose sight of that. Hold it in your heart. Get it in your subconscious, what it is that you want. And do not lose sight of that, no matter what comes up against you, because as the word says, God did not promise us a life without trials and tribulations. He didn't. But it also says in the word that he has plans to prosper us and not harm us, plans for hope and a future. So what is it that you're going to hold on to when circumstances happen? And just make sure that it's what you want and you say no to everything else that isn't it. Just like in that story, other people would have taken the other way, but my friend said that's not it. That's replaceable, but time isn't. So that's all that I have. Push past anything that it is that you're going through. Push a little more than the next person so you can reach that level of outstanding and not just stop at excellence. So you can break down that barrier and not stop just because it's presented before you. So you can keep hitting that wall until the dam breaks and overflow is in your life. That is what you need to do, because if you keep striking it and you do not give up, everything you possibly desire is yours. Is yours. It has no other option than to land in your hands. Because when you get to the point of not giving up, it becomes you. And we always say you attract who you are, not who you say to be. So when it becomes you, when nothing can distract you, it has no choice but to find you. And then you'll soon find you won't even be able to remember what it looked like without it. So that's all that I have. Javon, it's on you. Javon?
I'm here. Hold on. I'm here. It's trying to, hold on. I'm trying to switch. Hold on. All right, there we go. So drop some fire emojis in the chat for Miss Jasmina with that morning motivation. We definitely appreciate you and that story. That definitely was powerful. And I hope everybody took something from that they can use in your life towards whatever it is that you're pushing for right now, right? Whatever it is you're going towards, you definitely want to make sure you identify what that thing is and how bad do you really want it, right? You got to really decide, am I all in on my goals, my dreams, and my future, all right? So today is Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. So you definitely want to make sure, as always, 2 and 8 o'clock, we are going to be going over everything that we need, that you can do to go ahead and put yourself in a position to get your membership 100% paid for. If not, start getting paid